The other day, everybody was out posting about Brent Baer talked about the birth certificate. Brent Baer did not talk about the birth certificate. What Brent Baer did was make fun of people on the birth certificate issue, pointed out the fact that Jan Brewer, with no evidence whatsoever, supports the fact that Obama is constitutionally eligible to hold the office, with no evidence whatsoever. She has none. She just has conjecture. She believes. Well, I'm sorry. But I don't. Why? Because I have evidence to back up the fact that he's unconstitutionally eligible to hold the office. So really all Brent Baer was doing was actually promoting Obama's birther website. Yeah, the one that he pawns off T-shirts and coffee mugs. Yeah, the same way this charlatan, Bill O'Reilly, does the same thing, the factor. Bill O'Reilly is a non-factor when it comes to actually reporting the news. He's looking out for you? No, he's not. Bill O'Reilly only looks out for one thing and one thing only, or I should say one person and one person only, and that's himself. If you ever seen the movie What About Bob, it should be What About Bill, because that's what it is. It's all about Bill. It's all about Bill O'Reilly. It's always been all about Bill O'Reilly. It will continue to always be about Bill O'Reilly. The only reason I'm blogging about this is because somebody posted something again on my Facebook page when it has to do with Bill O'Reilly and the birth certificate issue. Wow, Bill O'Reilly talked about the birth certificate issue. Who gives a shit? I can't even believe that actually people actually watch this stuff anymore. Good golly, Miss Molly. They have their own freaking agenda. Fox News is never going to cover anything in depth. Nobody will actually do an investigation in the media. No true investigation on any issue whatsoever. And I won't promote Bill O'Reilly. I won't do it. The only reason I'm actually doing this video is to ask people not to post anything about Bill O'Reilly talking about the birth certificate issue on my Facebook page again. I don't even understand why WorldNet Daily even bothers to post anything. All you're doing is helping Bill O'Reilly. That's all you're doing. It's the same way when you promoted Brent Baer. You didn't promote Brent Baer. You promoted Obama's website. That's what you did. Every time you posted a Brent Baer talked about the birth certificate article, what you did was you promoted Brent Baer talking about Obama's website and T-shirts and coffee mugs. None of these people are going to report the real news. And I don't even have to talk about the birth certificate issue. Every day, our Kenyan import takes us fundamentally transforming America toward to the people. Yes, and what he totes is his flat earth, no growth Marxist agenda. Talks about global warming, which is a fallacy. It's a joke. It's an absolute freaking joke. Those volcanoes in Iceland spew more carbon into the atmosphere than our collective mankind has done in the whole industrial age and will ever do in 1,000 years of our industrial age. But no, global warming, and you people buy into that crap, please. The same way you buy into this Bill O'Reilly, it's Bill Obama O'Reilly. You know, come on, people. Fox News is never going to report the actual news. No. And I get a kick out of it. They promote that flat earth, no growth, Marxist agenda of Obama's. And it just isn't Obama's. The Republicans have been toting this up since the Nixon administration when it comes to the fact of environmental protection. Bullshit. It's just a scam. And actually, I wish I could remember what the woman's name is. She actually has her own radio show. Blonde obviously blonde if she's been on Fox, but she's actually the closest it came to actually reporting the real truth when it came to plowing all that land under in California. Yeah, all that beautiful farmland being plowed under, less food being brought to your table, all for a high-speed rail train. But they tell you it's for a little 2-inch fish. It's not for a 2-inch fish. It's so that they can put a high-speed rail through California. That's what it all boiled down to. They're excuses for another agenda. It's like the government cutting off more land and making it parklands or whatever. They use that scam. It's a scam. It's all to get Agenda 21 passed, which takes a population and moves them closer together because they want everybody centralized in areas because it's easier to control the masses if they're more centralized than if they're more spread out. But they won't tell you that. It's the same way. This is one of the ones I get a kick out of, and I actually don't get a kick out of it. It actually pisses me off. Because if there's one thing that Maine has a renewable resource. We have a lot of waterways. And Maine has well, they're tearing it down now, but had a great infrastructure when it came to dams on rivers and being able to use hydropower. But what they've done is, in these global warming type bills that they pass, they will not subsidize hydropower. They say that that is not a renewable resource. Well, the last time I knew, this planet, it rains. These waterways are renewable resources. But what they do is they make these municipalities, you'll have to excuse me, but sometimes it's hard to control the tongue, tear down these renewable resources. And what do they want? They want wind power. So they want solar power. Technology that's just not there yet. Not that I don't think it's a great idea. Well, some of it's a good idea. Let's face it, some of it's not all that great, but some of it is a good idea. But when you have a real renewable resource and a wealth of it, like Maine does when it comes to hydropower, but we're not allowed to use it, which would really cut down on oil, yes, and reduce our carbon footprint. We're not allowed to do it because the government won't subsidize it. Because that's really what it all boils down to, is having your lives subsidized. Yeah. Your flat earth, no growth, that's Marxist agenda. That's what it's all about. The controlling of the masses. And people like Bill O'Reilly, who could have just done 2 seconds to do an investigation into Obama's birth certificate, who won't. What he wants to do is keep bringing up those stupid birth announcements. Well, I'll tell you, when my children were born, I had to call up the newspaper and tell them that they were born. I had to describe the birth for them to put it in the newspaper. Even back in the 1960s, all you had to do was call up the newspaper and said that you had a grandchild. That doesn't prove where that grandchild was born. All it proves is somebody called up and asked for a birth announcement to be put in the newspaper. You do it today, you did it back then. Nothing's changed. Wow, that's real investigative journalism. Yeah, like I said, Bill O'Reilly is a non-factor. Actually, the whole freaking news media is a non-factor. And I didn't just give you the birth certificate for an example. I gave you something as important as this stupid global warming crap and hydropower not being a renewable resource. Yeah. If they really cared about the environment, seriously, if they truly, really cared about the environment and lowering the carbon footprint in America, they would be going after these hydro facilities that we have in our state. Lock, stock, and barrel, baby. The gun would be loaded. But no, they're not. They want to tear them down. Or they'd be doing an investigation. And if Obama really cared about the environment, he wouldn't have been giving something like $500 million to Solyndra just to pay off campaign money bundlers and then watch the company go bankrupt. It had nothing to do with saving the environment. It had everything to do with saving his campaign. Well, I'm Tim Donovan, and I'm on the right. You want to know where I am? Just look to the right. You're going to see me. This is the last time. Seriously, this is the last time I'm going to be promoting Bill O'Reilly and the non-factor here on the right side of Kennebunk.